Welcome back to the House of Cards, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. Again, I'm back and it's been a while, so I'm excited to do this video for you all. I have been really busy with the holidays, with all the things going on in just my normal life, that it's been a little tricky to knock out videos like I was doing every Monday for a while there. I also haven't been getting as much mail days because I slowed down a little bit on the kind of eBay buying, which actually has changed recently. I've been picking it up a little bit now, but I definitely had a couple months there where there wasn't as much mail coming in, so it didn't really make sense to do a mailbag with one one package that came in. So anyways, today we're going to be doing a nice little quick review of 4 cards that I recently cracked and from different grading companies, and then resubmitted to PSA to see how I did on those. And then also we'll be opening up an order from PWCC from their weekly auction that I got a few cards from as well, so we'll take a look at those. But for now, that's what we're going to do. And again, if you've been here before, great, thank you. I hope you're subscribed. I hope you engage and leave some comments and so on and so forth. And of course, if you're first time, love to hear what your thoughts are and learn a little bit about you. So please drop comments below, like the video, subscribe, all the things. All right, so today what we're doing is I have a few different grades from a couple different 3 different grading companies that I typically like to get cards from for this potential crossover. BGS, SGC, and CSG are the 3 that I prefer. Again, I haven't done much with HGA or Tag or any of the other. I have done some GMAs in the past and some other ones, but not frequently. So typically I look for those 3. I have gotten used to those 3 as far as sort of their grading standards, and I kind of know where their strengths and weaknesses lie as far as how they grade the cards. So I'm a little bit more comfortable with those 3. I'm not saying I wouldn't try other ones, but for now those are the 3 that I'm focusing on. So we'll look at the cards individually here, and we'll kind of go through the cards one by one and just kind of talk about it. So we'll start here with this CSG 10 of a pink Topps Chrome Vlad Jr. rookie card. CSG, I think, is really good about their grading standards. They do a pretty solid job as far as any flaws or anything. You're definitely not going to get a 10 as far as I've seen so far. So I haven't had a huge sample size of cracks from CSG, maybe a dozen or so for the 10s, but out of those dozen or so, I think I'm probably hitting 100 on those right now, or 1,000 I should say, as far as getting the return of PSA 10s for the CSG 10s. So another example, here we go. So got the Vlad Jr. back in the pink Topps Chrome, beautiful card here in his rookie. So again, this probably adds about a 30%, maybe 35-40% value to the card, which I think is worth it. So again, you really got to kind of understand the market and the values and what that all looks like before you get into this kind of cracking and resubbing game. Because again, if you're grading a card for 20-30 bucks and the card's only worth 50 bucks in the PSA 10, and you spent 35 on it in a CSG 10, you're losing money essentially. So you got to make sure you're doing it with cards that have at least a certain significant kind of value limit as far as can you actually get some upside on it, again. Or if you're just a PSA snob and you want all your cards in PSA slabs, then there you go, you can do it for that reason also. But I think the majority of people that do this are looking for a little bit of arbitrage from the card that they had into the new graded holder, which typically is going to be significantly higher in PSA. So there is a lot of obviously people that do this, but again, there's risk and there's reward, but there's make sure that you understand that you're not going to win them all, and we're going to see an example of that here. So just want to be clear that there's not always a guarantee of a 10 is a 10. So there you go, my first example there. Nice Vlad Jr. All right, and moving on, this next one here is from our good friends at SGC. So they gave this Scotty Barnes Revolution rookie card, Sunburst, which is numbered to 60, which I really love. I love Revolution cards, and I really love the numbered Revolution cards. So this one got a SGC 10. Now, SGC has certain aspects of the cards that they're a little bit more lenient on, specifically surface. So when you're looking at an SGC 10, it's hard as hell to tell through the case how the surface is, but do your best, because a lot of the times a little like indentation or a nick or something, specifically even on the back, SGC will let slide and you can still get a 10. So just be very aware that, again, like I said, a 10 is not a 10 is not a 10 to, it doesn't translate perfectly to every company. So as an example, my Scotty Barnes came back a PSA 9, even though it was an SGC 10. So I don't know exactly. I did look at the surface pretty intently, and I noticed a couple little tiny little dents on the front that I thought might slide by just because they, you know, could be part of just kind of the natural process of these cards, because these are foil cards, these aren't chromium cards, so they're a little bit more, you know, subjected to, you know, surface little imperfections and stuff. So sometimes those things, you know, the companies will let slide, but obviously in this case they found something that they didn't like, so they gave it a 9. So again, did I lose value? Yeah, I definitely lost a little bit of value on this one. So again, you don't win them all, so you gotta, again, be careful on that. So just make sure you're aware that, you know, you're not always gonna cross it over. So I would say, you know, if you're not 100% confident, just don't do it. You'll save yourself a lot of time and headache. Keep it in the original slabs, nothing wrong with that. But if, you know, if you're in the game of you know, doing this, make sure you start understanding the different companies and sort of how they, you know, kind of grade their cards, because you'll save yourself a lot of heartache from a couple examples like that for sure. All right, here's another one here. So now this is BGS, which I love BGS, especially with the subgrades, because you get a great, you know, kind of sample set of what to expect as far as the card before you crack it out of the slab. Now, don't forget, BGS has a inner sleeve of plastic inside of their slabs that makes it super duper hard to look at the card, you know, just, you know, directly through the slab. You know, CSG has really beautiful crystal clear slabs, so there's are really easy to kind of inspect through the slabs. They don't put any plastic inside, but Beckett puts a really thick, kind of sometimes funky plastic sleeve, which is great for when you're cracking it because it helps protect the card, but it's not great when you're trying to evaluate the card through the plastic. So you really got to rely on your subgrade. So as you can see on this Jalen Hurts Prism Silver card, beautiful subgrades, all 9.5s with a 10 on the corners, which I love, because Prism cards typically corners are a little bit, you know, soft, at least one of them, but in this case, you know, looks like I feel pretty confident that this card's going to be in great shape. Of course, centering you can look at, no problem. Surface, the other one, you know, if you got a 9.5, you can feel pretty confident that the surface should be fine, and then the edges, of course, are probably, in my opinion, is the least, you know, kind of scrutinized out of all of them when you're crossing and stuff. So as long as the other three are at least 9.5s, and a 10 would be great, you could do it. So I felt really confident in this one. True Gem Plus, and it, as I drop it on the ground, it came back a 10. So there you go. So beautiful card. Now the value on this one definitely was a huge increase from BGS to PSA. Definitely well worth the you know, $30 in grading fees that I spent for this one. So definitely, you know, recommend looking at BGS subgrades. You know, at least a True Gem, if not a True Gem Plus, you can feel pretty confident in. And of course, you know, centering, you can look, you can eyeball that right through the slabs. You don't have to stress that too much. But the other areas, you know, subgrades make you feel more confident for sure. All right, and the last one for this little exercise. Now this is one I want to show you as an example of cross your fingers and hope for the best sort of situation. So what's great about BGS non-subgrade slabs is that they're cheaper. Typically, you're going to go about 10-15% less than one with subgrades, because people just like subgrades, and really that's the only reason that, you know, grade with BGS nowadays is because subgrades are nice to have, right? CSG just subgrades also, but you know, BGS is kind of the founder of the subgrade slabs. So this one, this Zion Mosaic Purple Mosaic, which is numbered to 49, is a pretty high value card. So again, high risk, high reward on this one. No subgrades, so I really don't know what's wrong with it. So the best I can do is look at the slab, look at the corners as best I can, look at the centering as best I can, pray that the surface isn't bad, and go from there. Because again, if the subgrades are on here and the surface, say, had a 9, you can still get a BGS 9.5, right? If the other three are 9.5s, right? So a 9 surface would tell me there'd be some little, like, you know, pockmark or scratch or something. So you may not get a PSA 10 if it had that. So I crossed my fingers and did it. You know, of course, you know, it is what it is, but good news, got the 10. So beautiful card. And again, I highly recommend, even if it has a beautiful, you know, like that Jalen Hurts had great subgrades, everything looked good. Still inspect it. Don't just blindly slap it into a you know, card saver and send it off to PSA. Still take your time and look at it, because you might save yourself some money and heartache if you find something that maybe the graders missed, or something that you know that PSA would grab that and, you know, dock you on it. So, you know, don't just blindly say, oh, a 10's a 10, and send it off, because you're going to see, like on that Scotty Barnes, that it's not always the case. So spend the time to still inspect the card, even if the you know, the previous grade was super good. You could still, you know, maybe, you know, save yourself some stress. So there you go. There's the Zion purple, beautiful card. Went from a BGS 9.5 with no subgrades to a PSA 10. So hope you like that little portion. Wanted to share this with you guys too. Just as one thing that I recently got back. I got this sticker raw on eBay, which, you know, typically raw stickers are tough because there's so many things that can go wrong with them. These things are just flimsy and they get like waves in them and all kinds of weird stuff going on. But got this one raw. I saw the, you know, card looked pretty good. The centering was decent. Left to right's a little bit off, but it came back in 8. They put in this oversized slab, which I kind of like actually for this specific card. But they actually grade it in both, because I looked on eBay and there's actually, you know, ones in normal slab sizes and ones in oversized slabs. But anyways, just a cool example of you know, a sticker that I got raw and got a, you know, a nice grade on an 8. I don't think there's any 10s of this. I would have double check. There are some 9s, not a lot, but the 8 is, you know, a pretty good grade for this stickers in general. So stickers are tough, so I definitely, you know, make sure if you're buying stickers raw that you're buying it from someone reputable, because you can get those things and they can just be beat to hell. All right, here we go. This is your quick PWCC return. I kind of took a couple weeks off of PWCC too, because I had a lot of inventory and I needed to start moving some stuff before I kept buying more stuff, which is always a good practice. Don't buy more than you sell, or else you're going to go broke. All right, let's see here. I think there's 3 cards in total, if I remember. I've actually had this order for a while. I just haven't had the chance to open it. I was away for a week doing family stuff out of town. All right. There we go. So I know I got a nice Luka, which I'm excited about. Can't keep my Lukas in stock. Every time I get one in, they end up selling pretty quickly. All right. So the first one here is, if you've been following me for any period of time, you'll know that I collect a lot of boxing cards. This one in particular, I've been eyeballing for a while, and it showed up on PWCC, and I think I got it for a pretty good price. I haven't looked at the recent comps, but this is the Errol Spence Allen and Ginter, which I think is beautiful. So it's I love the Allen and Ginter because they have the on-card autos. Errol Spence is a young champion. He's quite incredible. So I wanted to get this one. I'm trying to collect all the kind of the GOATs, past and present of boxing, so I gotten quite a few of them. Some of the older ones I don't have, the Joe Lewis's and stuff yet, but a lot of the modern GOATs like Canelo and Pacquiao and Mayweather and Ryan Garcia and guys like that I have. So very nice there. BGS 9510 auto, Errol Spence. Here's a nice one I got just because I love the gold waves. Me and my buddy Dane have a little gold wave section of our showcase that we've been expanding on recently, and I think they're cool because they're low pop, but they're nice looking cards. So grab this Zion Gold Wave. This is the debut card, but still a beautiful card. Got a 10 on that, so that's a nice one to grab. Go. And then last but definitely not least, so I love the original Mosaic set that was in 2018 Prism. Beautiful set. I got the Kobe Bryant autograph from that. Again, 18, you got your Trae Youngs, you got your Lukas, you got some nice rookies in that class, and you got these Mosaics, which was sort of a like an insert set within 2018 Prism, so it still comes out of Prism, but it's the Mosaic set. So this is the number out of 99, so this is the orange parallel. There you go. So it's the Luka rookie in the orange and a PSA 9. So yeah, this is just a dope Luka card. There's other parallels too. There's a blue and some other ones, but the orange is one of the shorter printed ones. So I wanted to grab this one because it's only on 99, which is a pretty low number for a Luka rookie. So really happy to have this. Yeah, this is a cool card overall. All right, there you go. All right, guys. Well, that's it, man. I wanted to, knock a quick video out. It's been a while. Been happy to see a couple new subscribers pop on. So channel is still growing, even though I've been slacking on the videos, but I'll definitely be back at it here shortly with some more frequency. So thanks again for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, do all the things, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a great week. Peace.